I have some updates and announcements. Um, Number one is that Vasvi is going to join me as a fulfillment advisor, as a coach, kind of under my umbrella. Um, she's perfectly suited to the job. I trust her implicitly. Um, Even though she's a young woman, she has had amazing awakening and healing experiences and is completely and utterly devoted to truth, um, and to her own healing. And every day is like a massive breakthrough. And she's wanted to go into this field. And we're at this point now where she just can bypass the whole doctorate thing, the whole degree thing, I think, and I'll just take her in. So I'm not going to get any cut or anything, but she's going to be on my website. She's going to go for, what are we going to do? $80 for the first. Good work, good news. I know, right? The intake, the first session for $80 for an hour and a half. Great deal. I highly recommend sitting with Vasvi. And then $60 for an hour. I mean, you're not going to find that's like about the cost of a copay. So, um, and then she'll be sort of supervised under me, right? Well, where if she runs into trouble or anything happens, we can talk about it. Um, so I'm going to put her on my website. You'll see by next Monday a whole section for her, and then a form for her. It'll just go to her email, and there's a gradation here from $500 an hour to $60 an hour, and we'll see how this goes. But I think it's going to be great. Oh no, vid. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Video good there. Yes, no vid for you. Oh, I got my Wi-Fi's looking good. Okay, froze up for you guys and for Alan Miriam, but Randolph says okay. Okay. Shoot, I hope we don't have another issue. It's good on my end. Let me know, fill me in. But anyway, we're so happy about it. I mean, Vasvi and I, it's like it's like family. Like we just clicked, and then it's like, I want to work with you. I want to do so. It's just gonna be great. Um, and she'll be able to use my conference line or however you guys want to do it, but so that it's private and you can get a recording and all of that good stuff. So um, okay, that's awesome. And then Vaspi is also going to be here on Thursday. um, Somebody just update me about the video thing. She's going to be she's going to teach with me on Thursday. We're going to talk about the two authorities. We're going to talk about parents and schooling and waking up from the internalized authority. She's, in this sweet spot where she's just been in school and is, still lives with her parents and has a lot to say there. So I think that's going to be a great conversation. So come for that on Thursday. Tomorrow we've got Lucy's going to join me for a one-on-one, which is going to be great. So that's great. And then Friday, I think, will be another kind of relaxed story hour. Now I'm like, can you all hear me? Because now I'm getting no feedback. So somebody just let me know. Vaspi Substack is a nice daily visit. Yes, yeah, totally. I know the wisdom coming out of her is awesome. Hi, David. Randolph, will you just give me a thumbs up about the video? And it sounds like everybody can hear me. But the other thing, when she and I spoke today, was that she had this really, yes, you can hear me. Okay, thanks. She had this amazing healing where we were talking about hate, and all this hate was coming through. And I just hate everything. I hate it, and I've been there, and it feels so good. I highly recommend it, especially for you women, where like your boundaries are not a thing. And she was experiencing like all this hate, and she could feel it grounding. Okay, thanks, Randall. Grounding through her legs like a tree roots, and it was like staking her claim, like, I'm here and I fucking hate this. It's a no for me. And so it just was running. It's like coursing through her body, and she maybe will talk more about it on Thursday. But it rooted her, and then the next thing that happened. So we've been talking about how it's like this, it was this boundary that it's the no in her system, that awareness, just presence, right? Just this unconditional allowing that we're doing here, to just allow whatever's true in the body to come out. And then it's this full expression of hate. Um, and that was fully allowed. And then some sadness was there. And Vasvi knows that the sadness story, we don't go into the story. So she stayed with the pain, and it was like her heart just cracked open. And we also started talking about how this heart is like a center, it's a center point, it's a center chakra. And it swirls the earth energy and spirit energy and recycles it, right? And the a lot of our core wounds, I might hazard a guess, I don't know this for sure, but I think I don't know. I don't know. I want everybody to explore this in a way that it's sort of like our heart for most people, as I've done healing most of the time, it's there's stuff all over our bodies. But when we're talking about those core separate self things, like Randolph also had this big breakthrough. Um, it was a it was a separate self. It was a separation deep in the heart, and it was this heart opening. And then the heart opening kind of moved the energy. Vasvi was talking about it moved through her third eye, and it had this like opening. And that one of those happened just while she was just listening to one of these days, and it just moved, right. um so so today I'm going to go back to the meditation we were doing yesterday, where we're just really immersed in the whole feeling of being the earth, all of the sky, all of the container, the ether, and open to that. And then we're going to find together, in creating this safe space, you might find rage or all kinds of things in there, but we're going to find where is that core, and we're going to look together in the heart, because it's like we have access all the time, but we've got like a plug. It's like the belief, like Rand was talking of, like, I'm alone and they have what I need. I'm going to go to grab from women, right? And then he loves in there, that opens up. And then it's this like, oh my God, there's nothing that isn't connected. I am all of life. I am love. I am oneness. And so, um, and then we're creating this safe space together to allow for all the layers of that. And the one that we often will miss is this anger layer, this hate layer of just like, fuck no. But it often is it's like the last gate before you get to that core wound. And Vasvi didn't go into the story, she just went right into the thing, and then it just like opened up her whole system. So it was inspiring, and I thought, okay, well, we're going to go for that. We're going to open our awareness, and then we're going to look together, right? And I'm going to look too inside the heart area. Where is something there? And then we're going to see what happens when we just do nothing other than just open that one spot, because it's so central. It's got, we are ourself a torus field, where it's like a donut, where the energy is going like this and around, and then energy is going down and around. And it's like the center of this torus field, just like, there's a fountain that goes like this and a fountain like that, right? Where she was like, here's this fountain downward, right, of no. And then the one went up as well. So it's just like a tree. We've got roots and branches. So we'll do that at the end of this. Okay. The next thing is, we talked yesterday about doing these corrections. So I'll take a it just makes me laugh. It makes me laugh because over just the last day, I've now done 2 at Jordan Peterson, like some corrections to him. They're very friendly. They're just like, hey, Jordan, this isn't true. This is what it is. And the first one I posted, I don't know, late morning or something yesterday, and it's got like 12,000 or like, I don't know, 11,000 or 12,000 views or something across TikTok and YouTube. And so I put another one up, and it's already getting a lot of views. And I realized that, like, it's a great way to, if it's like, this should go viral. The whole point is to give this all away, and for this to be a public broadcasting system where this is just one of many actually helpful public service types of things. Hi, Charlie. Hi, Thunderhoof. Um, And so I realized, like, if you're mentioning a white man with power, it takes off like a rocket. Um, so I'm going to keep doing that, and I'll say those here. But hi, Lillian. Uh, and then clip them and send them off and stuff like that. So I think this is going to be a new feature, um, because here's the thing: I love a grassroots development, but how do I want to say? I I'm like, the clock is ticking, empire's falling. We need a new system, and I know who I am. I know, like, this whole seat assignment thing. First of all, my friend Yoshi had the funniest way to say. I was like, Zach. She and Randolph both included Gabor Mate in the seats. So it's like Jordan Peterson, Zach Bush, Gabor Mate are like in my seats, so to speak. Now they're not my seats. They're just like, it's just it's because they're not, because it's really a new seat. So Yoshi was like, she's like, fuck that. It's like, you've built your own seat and you're gonna take your seat and you're gonna shove into the table. And I was like, yeah. And my table is a round table. And everyone here is included in that. And Jordan and Zach and everybody's included in that. So I don't actually want their seat. I want them to come to our table, and I'm going to invite chaos on. I'm going to invite these other people to mostly a women's inner circle, right? Because the round table, the central round table, should be a center of women. And I'm starting to picture our virtual village, right, where we have these these radio hours, right, and we have the Council of Wise Women, and then there's concentric circles, and the men are right there, but they're not in the center circle, right? They're connected. And Randolph has been so great. He's like my right hand man now with different things, and I can see men would be right there for us to be of service, but it's this central round table. So I really don't want their seats, but I do want to call them out of their seats, right? I want to in a sense invite them. I want to say, hey, I actually it's this, right? And over here we're talking about real truth. Over here we're talking about something a little deeper. Um, Lillian, so good to see you. Hi, Lovey. Miriam says, I went to see him last week and commented on your post, how serendipitous. Oh, how great. Someone gave me the ticket. I did not buy it. Cool. Hi, Maggie. Great. So this sort of poking and these corrections, right, where I'm going to just take something they said and then correct it and send it their way, um, is really to invite them, right? And but to say, like, we're not going to your table. Um, Something happened today where, okay, this is just so, it's just so, the writing, I think God's writing, she is so good. So Friday I called out Zach on the cult thing, right? Today, I guess it was today, he posted, I'm sorry, so sorry to laugh this much, but it's so bad. It's so cringy. He posted this retreat where he's literally like got his eye closed with the beads and the linen shirt and the whole, like, couldn't look more like a cult leader. And it's like in the UK, it's like colonialist central, in September, which feels like a million years from now, like the world's ending. What are you doing? And it's like, I don't know, thousands of dollars for everybody to go, and it's all just abstract language. It's very culty. I called him out on his comments. Randall called him out. Then I'm never on Instagram, so I don't ever look at stories. Yoshi says he put a story up that it's literally like my language. I go up, it's kind of word salady or whatever, but I listen to a story, and then I write, I said, doubling down on cult leader, I see, LOL or LMFAO or whatever, and then just sent it. And I saw that he saw it, and within minutes, the story was taken down. Or not minute, I mean, it was quickly taken down. So my point here is that there's some headway, and I'm like, this, to me, this is the most efficient way, is we don't have to build our table and chairs and everything. I will do it. We will do it. We are doing it. But wouldn't it be great if Jordan Peterson resource and his people, pulled up their chair, and we were like, here's how you can help. Here's how you can serve. And I just have this little feeling that we're gonna be able to take one of them down. And I want to say that it doesn't need to be like like I feel like they're like welterweights and I'm like a heavyweight and I feel bad taking shots. On the other hand, they're the ones saying that they're the heavyweight. And wearing the beaded jewelry. So I have to do it. It's like I have to. Um, but really what I want to say is I don't want to fight. I don't want to throw punches anymore. I don't want to do these correction videos. I want to collaborate and shift that energy, right? So that they can be of service to the new world and to the feminine. Hi, Shia. Miriam says Jordan Peterson was calling older women cougars who refused to be in the grandmother role. Oh my God, Jordan's off. Like they're both so close to like full breakdowns. I mean, Zach's saying he's having a breakdown every 2 to 3 days. It's incredible that they're both resilient, I have to say. But yeah, like they're so far off. So I do feel like it's like just like tap tap tap. Like I don't know. I think they might just fall right down. So anyway, and Gabor Mate, God bless it. I mean, all of them, God bless them all. But like Gabor is like he just looks. My friend calls him kind of corpse-like. He just doesn't look very alive. He doesn't look like something fun to hang out with. Like he knows what fulfillment is. Um, and so same thing. It's like let's try this out. Lillian says sad. I know. It's like I laugh because I've been through the heartbreak of it, and I'm on the other side of it now, and it's just all I can do is sort of laugh. But it's kind of heartbreaking. It doesn't need to be this way. It doesn't need to be so hard. They don't need to grip onto Empire so tight that they're just drowned. They're like on the Titanic. I'm sort of going to say too about this sort of like viral possibility, right? If I send out these videos and if you want me to be viral, you can forward this stuff too, right? That's on you to do. I only want you to do it if it's totally fun. But my most viral video on TikTok it's like 190,000 views or something, was the Ark and Titanic one, where I'm like, listen, we need to build an Ark now because it's a Titanic. And then we're watching in real time people holding onto the Titanic, like holding onto their deck chairs and playing their violins, and it's like it's over. Like the hole's in the boat. Like you guys are this close to the cold water. Um, and that's what I see this new PBS as, right? It's the Ark that would lift us all. It's truly free. It's a true free virtual village, which will then free up the one village, the Earth village. Um, he looks so sad. Agree. Yeah, I know. Hi, sis. Um, so that's that. So, let's see. So I want to talk a little bit more about like why they're in trouble. And the conversation we've been having about men and women, about the masculine and the feminine, about this sort of like the center of a village, the center of society should be women and children, should be women, because women see the feminine, right? It doesn't have to be obviously a female body. But the feminine sees what's good for the whole. And just that's just very natural to us. So, and we have this sort of multi-focus. That's why we can multitask. And then the masculine is singular focused. So we see the multi-focus lens, and not that we all don't have both, right? But it's this general thing. And then we give them assignments. My friend, she had this great business meeting today, which was like the first time with her. She's a project manager and her team was together, and she has all these tech guys on her team. And she said they did really, really great. And all she did, which is basically what I'm doing here, is provide a safe place and saw them. It's like, and led. We call ourselves the oracle sometimes, right? It's like, here's what we need. Here's what I need. Here's what I see, right? And then she knows them. She like sees them very well. And then she gives them an assignment and she's not afraid to lead. And then all these men, it was like, I don't know, a big team, right? Eight men doing all these different things, including tech guys that she doesn't know what they're doing, right? But she knows they're the guy for that job. And they were all like thrilled and thriving. And we were talking about it being healing, like full on healing at the workplace, because everybody's in their right seat and everybody's and the right flow is happening, right? She's the flow goes into her and then she gives to everyone else like this fountain. So why I think, hi Beck, hi Timothy, why these men are struggling so much, right? So a Jordan or a Zach or a Gabor, and they all have these kind of like cults, right? They're each their own cult. And they, Jordan is constantly, so all of them, Zach less so, but Gabor and Jordan are constantly talking about women and they use statistics and research about women this, women that. I don't know how much they're actually connected to women. I don't think at all. Um, so, but they're the leader of the women, right? So, and then they look to each other as leaders, right? So they all follow each other and they all go on each other's podcasts, and it's all these white men with podcasts, and they just go round and around and around. And they're leading, nobody's leading anybody anywhere because the feminine is meant to lead. Now, as the masculine, they're looking for a leader because they're the relatively submissive of the species. So they're looking, and they don't find it. And and they and it's becoming like the joke on TikTok is like, y'all don't seem to like women. Like, it's okay if you're gay. It's okay. It's all right. Let's just go there. Let's just go there because this seems to be the case. You don't actually like women. You denigrate women. You're talking about women. We're objects. Um, and and that's kind of what's happened, right? It's because, and Randolph was telling me this, that like the story of men, the story for men, and men chime in if I'm getting this wrong, is like it is about winning women. It's about taking from women. It's about, as Randolph said, like not being the guy at the brothel who doesn't get the girl, right? Like that's what defines you as a man, is your objectification and taking from women. That's the current definition of manhood, whereas it should be the opposite, right? It's really what can you give to women. And so we have these men all just turned around, right? And they're lost puppies, like they're just lost because they're not plugged in to the feminine. The feminine is the lead and is just going to lead them into heaven, right? Um, and of course, that comes from, as we did with Randolph, the core wound we all have of separation, and then men just have it more. We all have it, but there's this real objectification of the self. So I'm worthless. I'm not lovable. I'm not separate. And then the objectification of that onto women, right? It's a projection. But Randolph came in there, saw through it, felt through it, and now he's like that grabbiness, that habit of taking from to fill that hole is just gone. And then he was able to like see me and see women. He's like, "Oh my God, women are so amazing. I can just play with them." Like the whole game ended because it really is a game. And what the game is, right? It's a zero-sum game in every way. It's a zero-sum economy. It's a zero-sum game between men and women, right? Somebody's got to win. So the men make it so that the women don't win and we win. But we're on the same team. Everybody and everything is on the same team. So the zero-sum game never makes any sense. So what happened as Randolph stopped gaming himself and hating himself, right? Like that, this opened the floodgates. And where's the game? It's like there's no there's no there's no separate self left to game, to do something, to make something happen, to get something out of it, to right, which is like that's what a game is. It's like you win. But if but if you're sitting in the middle of the lottery of flow of energy and it's just flowing through you and you're like so alive, what am I doing? Where am I going? What's better than this? Nothing, right? That was always just a story in time. Time being the mind killer, time ruining everything. David says, I wrote today that they're man boys. Yeah, exactly. It's a developmental disruption that they're stopped at like pubescent level, right? They're not on the road of service. They haven't turned into men. Um, you know, every woman I know the manly men are like, what can they do for me? Right? That's the sexiest thing in the world. And then when a man says like, what can I do for you? Look what I can do for you. It's like, oh my God, amazing. And then we look at Jordan and Zach, they're just so far away from their manhood, right? But that's the definition of manhood, right? That they're the wise old owl and they're going to impart, and they collect all these women and they have a whole harem around them. And meanwhile, they're only impressing other men around the story of manhood because all the women as we've been saying, are like, ugh, like gross. Like you spend more time on your hair than I do. You spend more time on your suits than I do. And again, on TikTok's the best for this. Just they're getting reamed over there. I saw, oh my God, this TikTok. I must have watched it 20 times at least. This woman, young woman, beautiful. She's outside like sunset, and how did she say it? She said, he told me, she just goes, he told me I'm the worst woman he's ever met. And then she just laughed and threw her head back. And in the comments are just like, go queen, amazing, what a compliment, because it was just like the vibe is now it's like gross. Like, how can I how can I turn him off? How can I be so mean as to get these men away from me? Because I know they're just trying to extract from me. So until they're willing to get out of the princess chair and get it together, oh, how great that he thinks I'm the worst, he'll stay away from me. So this is where we're at, like culturally, this is where we're at. And I feel like one of the premier psychologists in the world should maybe know this, and kind of get with the program. So I'll continue to razz Jordan and Zach, because I really do feel like they're, especially Zach. Like I feel like we just literally just turn him around, just turn him around. Look, it's going to feel so good to surrender, right? To submit to women. This idea of women submitting to men is that's the horror show. And men have no idea. It's like, oh my God, they've just they're just dying to surrender and to submit. Um, there's this show, I don't watch it. I don't really watch TV at all. But I tried watching Last Airbender, the cartoon version. I couldn't even quite do that. I mostly watched TikToks and Trixie and Katya clips, drag queens. That's what I watch. And I watch the world. I watch my trees. Anyway, what was I saying? Trixie and Katya. Oh, the television show. What was I saying? Somebody remind me. I just went off on Trixie and Katya. It'll come back, I guess. Oh, White Lotus. There was a show called White Lotus. Didn't watch it, but I've heard this is big on TikTok. There was this character, hetero man, who his character development got to this place where he was begging this other man to have sex with him. And that he was just so satisfied. It was this like culmination moment. It was like he finally got to surrender to another man. And I'm like, yes, you want to surrender. It's just not to men, but they can't think that it's not another man. So that's why they're all in these bubbles, these cult bubbles, looking to each other and not looking to women. But oh my God, it's just going to be the best thing. And it is the best thing. Randolph can say it. There's men who know, David can say that letting the woman lead is sort of like finally being able to not be the lead, because you guys are so miserable trying to lead, because it's so unnatural, right? And you're working yourselves to death and trying to get to good enough. And, and meanwhile, we're over here loving you. If you'd only surrender, if you'd only submit, and then we've got lots of jobs for you and lots of love for you, like all the love in the world. So again, we're just shifting, we're turning that energy around. Hi, Christy. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, this gaming. If it's a game, it's a nightmare. Nobody wants to play a game anymore. We just want to be. I wanted to say a little bit more about what Randolph shared with me about his healing. So he was talking about, this is our Thursday session last week, and then since we talked about it, in just talking about that separate self, right? That that unlovable bit, and then what what he's doing with women, what that grab is to women. He just took it out and looked at it, and like we were talking about before, right? Awareness itself is the healing. Just looking, instead of looking from it, you're looking at it. And that immediately starts the dissolving process. So he describes like a bubble popped. And then the flow came through. Flow comes through the heart. And literally it feels like your eyes open. where it's like, oh my God, I can just see this person. I just see her. And and we were talking about how it's like before we were trying to capture the butterfly and, uh, and pen her, and take her, right? This is grabbing. This is grabbing, so I'm not lonely. This is grabbing, so I'm good enough. This is grabbing for what it thinks it's missing. Meanwhile, you're swimming in it. But once that is resolved, then it's like, oh my God, beautiful butterfly, and oh my God, beautiful butterfly, and oh my God, the riches that are here, right? Because I'm not trying to capture them. I didn't leave myself alone, and then I'm trying to get you to join me. Which is basically the enslavement. Basically the feminine has been enslaved by the masculine because the masculine has felt cut off from the feminine. We've often felt cut off from the feminine, from the goddess, from oneness, from the earth, from ourselves, from our unconditionally loving being of awareness. And so once that opens, it's like game over. Where's the separation? Where's the guy that's going to grab? He's gone. I can't even find him. Bosby's been sharing, and I have this with clients all the time, where it's like, I can't find my old identity, like the one who would do this. Like, I just don't do it anymore. I don't even know where it went. And I can confirm that after however many years I've been doing this, right? It just goes. It was a story that pops, and then your life is different. You're different. And you have to like everything's different, right? Every relationship's different. All the dynamics and whatever you were doing in other relationships is different. It's just like, that was the old life, now the new life. So I want to like affirm that for everyone, right? It's okay. It's like, it's not a problem that like whole chunks of friends go away, or you all of a sudden want to live somewhere else, or wear different clothes, or do your nails, or whatever. It's like, as this thing opens up, you're not going to be able to know what those floodwaters bring in. It's just going to flood through, and it's going to be a surprise. And it's fine. It's good. It's safe. It's so safe. In fact, I mean, you're safe no matter what, right? You're safe swimming upstream and getting exhausted, but the downstream will take you to like, again, oceanside, coastal views. Hi, Joe. I hope I covered that well, Randolph. As he said, we didn't know we didn't know there was an alternative to this game, right? To taking women's energy. It's like, that's it. And this is why I'm like, down with cults. Like, stop putting it behind paywalls. Like, everybody needs to wake up. Look, you don't need any of that. You don't need any of it. You don't need any of it. You don't need that course. You don't need to go on that retreat. There's nothing there for you. There's nothing. Right? Zach's whole thing is like, we're going to tell the mythology of the new world. It's just all this abstract stuff. I'm like, oh, he said, we're a swarm of stories and we're going to re-narrate what we are. It's like, no, 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 no. We don't need more stories. We really don't need more stories. What we need is to break all the stories open and let the floodgates of life move through us, and she'll write the story for us, and we'll be along for the ride. And like, we're not going to know the story ahead of time, right? You don't like a fulfilling life is not you going and then living that's real flat. The fulfilling life is like I said before, I don't know, I just want to move to this area of California. I don't know, I just really like this cottage. And then gift, 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 gift. The story is so much better than I could have imagined. All I did was follow life's desire coming through me, right? The desires in our heart make the world. I just make that one move, which is really, life already made the move for me. And then she's just going to keep opening up more and more for us. Every time, you can count on it. There's not one client, not one friend, not myself. So we're talking, what, thousands of instances of, you follow what's true in the body, what feels like flow, what that opened up field does naturally. And it's like ding, 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 lottery. And then it just keeps going, and it keeps opening up and opening up and opening up. So it's very reliable. Hi, Lori and Joe. Randall says, ceasing to exhaust myself pursuing satisfaction of the story allows a new flow of creativity and ability to enjoy everything with so much more fulfillment. Exactly. Exactly. Right? We're seekers. We're in hot pursuit. Well, we're up right there out of the moment. Where are you going? Where are you going? You're never going to get to the next moment. And you're never going to get that woman's energy. And you're never going to, right? It's just a story of manhood, a story of lack, a story of I'm not good enough, a story held here, right? And then energetically, all we're doing is feeding this empty hole that never gets filled. You fill it, which is to say, the awareness fills it, and then it's like, oh my God, the cup's overflowing. And this is just one big flow. Maggie says, I'm curious, at what point is someone like a Zach, when they are knowingly taking the energy, when are they just a real bad dude who is choosing the dark stuff because they like it? Yeah, I mean, uh, as I've called him, he's the best of the worst. But he's still in the worst camp, right? He's still in. He's not doing a public service. He's taking. Right? He's taking money. He's taking resources. Taking women's energy. Um, it's a whole dramatic cult story, right? There's a separation. It's his specialness, and so it's what you could call narcissism. It's the whole thing. Now I know it comes from pain, so I'm not here to judge him. Like I'm not his judge and jury. I'm I would how do I want to say? It's good judgment to not engage with someone who sees themselves as this is above, right? Um, and and that's just your no, right? It's like what we've been saying of Jordan. It's like, ugh, right? And so this is what I'm encouraging everybody to just feel their body. It's like you can feel it. You can feel it. Like he might have all the best production in the world, and he does, but there's like a little ugh factor, right? And now I know the details, but anybody could actually read it. You could actually read it. That fundraiser, it was as loud as anything. It was like this is just ugh, all around. So then that's your piece to do, right? I'm in the position of like I'm in their fields, but um but instead of good or bad, what it is just a no. It's just it's like Vasavi's like hate, right? It's like bleh. And now I don't need to stick around and give him a moral, I'm not there's no morality to it even. It's just no. It's just no. And what's happening is all these men are it's just like they're done, like we're done with the story of the white male savior. And so and people are just waking up and like ugh, ugh, ugh. So and women are just done with men treating them like shit. And so what so I envision this changing, soon. Like it's like they don't really have any other moves. They're running out. It's because it's a game, right? It's like you can only have so many moves in this game, right? Today after I sent that thing to him, I was like, and then he, he deletes his story. I was like, that's your move. Your move is going to delete the story. Like, what are you going to still run the retreat? Because, like, like I called you a call. Like, what's your move? Like, what chess move do you got? Because you're not going to win. Like it's you're not gonna nobody wins the zero sum game. Everybody loses. So I'm on the side of like it's I don't know if he's good or bad. It's like it's he's in the dark, let's say. He's in the dark and there's light in him, but he's not moving with the light. He's doubling down on cult leader. He's doubling down on the pain that he just can't imagine not being up on his ivory tower, right? Being just adored by thousands of women, right? He thinks that's where his safety is. He thinks like not good enough, thinks, unworthiness, loneliness, pain, thinks this is the prize. I got the prize. I can't let it go of my prize. I've got a whole fucking harem, right? The real prize, of course, is in realizing that was all a game. An old played out game we're all done with. Exactly. Taking, controlling, being admired. Yeah, exactly. So we'll leave judgmentalness out of it. You just have to use your good judgment. And um this is my point about all of empire. It's like if it's like just don't do it. Like I don't have a business anymore. I'm like I don't need an LLC. I don't need I'm not paying taxes anymore. I'm not, I don't watch anything like there's no like you this tiniest little bit of objectification of women, done, blocked. Like anything that gets me just the littlest bit out of my field, I'm not engaging anymore. I don't, I follow like 5 celebrities or something, they're all alternative. They're not like main stage celebrities, and like cooking celebrities, um, because it's just feeding empire. But if we don't feed it, if we honor our no, it dies, and it's dying. It's like absolutely in the last throes. We are in the absurdist play moment where the rhinoceroses are coming in and the clowns are here, and it's just pure banality, right? Pure horror show, pure nightmare. And it's like right here is this opportunity for new growth, right? And this is why I'm always at Zach, because he talks about it. He's like, you compost the old world, and it's like, yeah, but you're not saying anything real about real people and about Israel and about, right. And we have to say no. Like, I will not. I do not support Zionism, right? Right, like whatever is actually true in his body, but he's not willing to be true to his body because his pain, which is his projected ego, right? Which is like, this is how I get to good enough. This is how grandma loves me, right? If I'm the president of the United States. So I have to keep up appearances. I got to look the part. I got to be a good guy, which is really to look the part of a good guy, not to actually honor himself. So when we're in the land of good and bad, it distorts things, because it's just always, I'm always say, it's what's true, and what's true has nothing to do with good or bad. It's just what's true. It's not even like, my truth isn't, if it's really true, is not going to be bad for you. It's going to be good for you. You may tell a story otherwise, but it's actually true. So anyway, uh, Maggie says, I see. Cool. Randall says, Zach taking off the post was playing. It's my ball, and I don't like how you are playing it. I am taking my ball away. Exactly. This is what David was saying, right? They're boys. They're boys. It's you know, yeah, and they're boys. It's like like boys meant like, we know you want to play with the girls. Like, we're way cooler. Like of course you do. But you can't, like, we're not coming over to your playground. You have to come to ours, right? It's our turf. It's our turf. We build the village. We build it. It's our round table. So yeah, I'm not playing his ball. Not playing his game. I'm gonna play my game, which isn't a game. It's just give away. It's just give everything away. There's no gaming. So, yeah, that's that. But the if it's like I'll keep playing the game. Like, I'm just gonna, it's like, he puts up a ball, right? Like, he makes a post. It's like, that's fair game. That's fair game. I'm gonna come back with a correction, and we're gonna have a time, and maybe I get to Jordan first. I don't know, but you know, they're the ones. They're the ones. Provoking it. So anyway, uh, and again, they could just forfeit. We could be done with gaming entirely. We could all be on the same team, which is inevitable. And like, it's it's going to happen. Like, I'm an oracle. Like, you're gonna lose. You've already lost. You already lost, right? It's like, they're boys, and they don't even have a ball. You know what I mean? It's like, we have all the balls. We're playing over here. We're literally having so much fun just playing with balls. And he doesn't even have a ball, and he's over there by himself, and it's a harem of women who just like want to, or have a fantasy about him being their savior, and it's just a mess. And it's like, you know we see you. We see that you don't have anything, and it's okay. And I want to say, like I said, about anybody in cults, like I think as little boys they think they're going to get punished by mom, because they did get punished by mom, because there's been shaming, right, by dad and mom, when they were off track, when they weren't doing the program, when they weren't following the agenda that we had placed onto us from these external so-called authorities, right? So Randolph talked about this, me just being this safe place where he could just say the truth about what's in him, and then it's like, oh my God, there's just love. And I want to say that too. It's like, on these larger scale people, and them kind of forfeiting, or whatever we're going to call that, that I don't have any, there's no punishment. There's no penance. There's no nothing. I literally am just going to ask you to cuddle your own heart. I'm going to ask you to cuddle your own heart, and like, I don't know, find a good DJ for our dance party. I don't know. Like, that's about it. Do you know what I mean? I might, like tiniest slap on the wrist, like, you took a long time, and why don't you go on bed rest, and have a cuddle and heal. That's it. That's all I want. I don't want any retribution. I have no revenge fantasies. I just want everybody's healing and everybody's fun. Let's stop. Let's enjoy our lives. We're done. So Randolph had this nice way of saying, like, these little like pokes and jabs and things, that the Ken Kesey, and the Beatniks had, like, what they call the merry pranksters, right? And that's my laughing, is like, it's just kind of funny, and it's playful. It's like being on the playground, and like, just like lightly pushing the boy, and boys are so dumb. You're not. You're so amazing. You're so amazing. Boys are simple. They're simpler. Um, You're not dumb at all. You're brilliant. Like, you're also brilliant. And like, oh my God, it's been so much fun to text with Randolph. And like, men are everybody's so brilliant, and men are so brilliant when you guys are in the right seat. It's almost like that like the thing. It's like it's like you don't get it. It's like that gets turned off because I think it just dumbs you down when you're trying to get from us, right? And so when that's gone, it's just brilliance that comes through. Um, so what was I saying? So the Oh, Merry Pranksters. So it's in good fun. It's like it's a little tap, and little do they know that it's all in good fun. Like it's out of love. It's out of love that there's this little teasing. And so I think that's the spirit. That's the spirit. If you want to go forth and send my stuff to them, or poke at them or whatever, do it out of fun and only because you want to. Because we are representatives, right, of the new earth, and it is for fulfillment, for fun, light, enjoyable. We don't effort our way. We just invite people to have fun with us. Okay, I think that's it for updates and things. And I will be coming from a place of deep love. Miriam says, what did she say before that? My friend has asked me to go back on his podcast with a man who is extremely misogynist in his talk, so I'm considering doing that, and I've got a list of questions to ask him. One is 30, the other is 40. I'm looking forward to giving them an education on the divine feminine and how the divine masculine needs to show up for us. Beautiful. And I'll be coming from a place of deep love. I love it. I love it. That's so great. Yeah, exactly. If it feels good for you, and if you stay in what you and stay in your enjoyment and share with them, they'll grok what we're grokking here, right? That it's a safe place, and it's safe for them to start to be vulnerable about their pain in the patriarchy, right? I mean, we're all in such pain in this setup because it's so backward from natural law. So that's awesome, Miriam. Good for you. Okay, cool. So yes, we've got time for this meditation and healing. So let's do that. Anybody have any other thoughts or questions before we get into it? You have compassion for their indoctrination. Yeah, totally. Me too. It's all compassion. It's all love. It's like, honey, precious man, like, I'm so sorry, I feel like we all need to hear it. We need just to hear, like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry your life was so hard. I'm so sorry they did that to you. I'm so sorry that happened. I'm so sorry they treated you like that. I'm so sorry. And that's how I feel. It's just, I'm so sorry we've all had to go through so much. And it's time. It's time to step forward. It's time to come out of your pain. It's time to heal. You don't need to do this anymore. It doesn't need to be, as he said, this swarm of stories. No, it isn't. There's peace here. There's all of it here. Everything's here. Thank you, Miriam. Thank you, Lillian. Okay, cool. Okay, so we'll do a little exercise here. I was talking to Vaspi of, like, what do we call, because I don't like the word meditation, because it's not really meditation. It's not really an exercise. It's not a practice. All those words have so many connotations. What did she call it? An exploration. So we'll do an exploration together. And that's really great. And we're doing an exploration, we're not going anywhere. We're doing an exploration inside ourselves as this one being, this one field, this one body, mind, and spirit. Okay. So get comfy. I think today I'm actually going to do a little bit more like how I would normally do it, where we, like, close our eyes and I really bring you through your body, and we start to really feel the expandedness of our being through the body. And then we'll talk together and we'll feel together where are those remaining wounds. Exploration, cool. Yeah, I know. Perfect. Bosby nails it every time. Okay, cool. So, close your eyes if you want. I'm going to close mine. You don't have to, but I'm going to close mine. And We're just going to start where I always do, which is that which is looking, right? That which is hearing my voice. So that which feels, that which sees, that which notices thought, the background consciousness. We're just going to be aware of that. So it's awareness aware of itself is the feeling here. Awareness aware of itself. And then this awareness, you're just going to start to explore it. It's not thought. Thought is in it. It's not sensation. Sensation is in it. Or you could say sensation is sort of the other side of it, but it's one thing. So there's this subjective, pure witnessing, and then there's that which it witness, two sides of the same coin. So we're just aware of the formless awareness itself. So it's formless. It's the ether. It's just pure, spacious witnessing. It's thinner than air. That which looks, that which hears. And we're just going to look around inside this awareness. Just notice, is there any edge to it? Does awareness itself have an end point? You could explore behind you and above you and in front of you and below you. You could explore through the body. That which sees, is there anywhere it isn't? Is there anywhere that it's blocked off from? If you're watching the video, you're going to see me moving. What ends up happening, right, is we bring awareness, which isn't really bringing, but it's just being aware, more aware of what's here. The body may want to move and release, so just always feel free to do that if you want to stretch or walk or twist or whatever. So the vastness of awareness itself. Notice how there's no edge. There's no point at which it drops off. It doesn't end. It's an endless awareness. And it also permeates everything. So that awareness, feel it through your whole body. Be aware of your belly. Feel your whole belly like you've never felt it before. Feel the pit in your stomach. Feel the flesh around your belly. Feel the spinal cord behind your belly. Feel the organs and the belly button and the top of the belly and the bottom of the belly. Notice how awareness can go anywhere inside your belly. It can go into the stomach, it can go in through the dermis layers of the skin. Feel that as you go into your pelvis, just feel your whole pelvis. Feel that your pelvis is really relaxed and open. And then really feel through your whole pelvis. So awareness, just feeling everything. You, awareness. You, that which is looking. That which feels, feel everything. So that which feels, excuse me, feel your whole pelvis. Down to your tailbone, pubic bone, sexual organs, the hip joints, the sit bones. Really feel all through the whole pelvis. And the pelvis goes down into the legs, and they're like tree roots. They're energetic tree roots. They're so alive. Your pelvis is alive. Your legs are alive. The aliveness, the energy, awareness is aware of. You are aware of you, the body, and you are one and the same. So just feel your legs. Feel the entirety of your legs. Feel down into the bones. Feel the kneecaps. Feel the shin bones and the calf muscles and the ankles and the arches of the feet and the in between the toes. Feel that you're deeply, deeply, deeply inhabited in your legs, every little crevice, and then feel through the legs. So awareness just going right through them and through the feet. And you could travel down. You could go down into the earth because there's these energetic lines connecting everything. Your torus field is the whole torus field. It's completely and utterly connected with it. So you might feel your energy going down and looping around. You could feel really down, down deep into the earth. Feel the buzz of your feet and the gorgeous ripples of energy, and you might feel pain and aches. There's no problem. They're welcome. Awareness doesn't discriminate at all. You don't discriminate. There's no sensation that you, pure awareness, has any problem with. It's very direct. You just go right in, just go touch every little corner inside your being. And feel how big your legs are. The energetic signature is big. You're a very big, very vibrant, flowing, incredible field of energy, utterly wired in with the whole field of the earth, the whole field of the heavens. There's nothing you aren't completely connected to. There's rivers of energy flowing through you, and we're just feeling them. And the more you feel them, the more you awareness, touch into them. Well, those rivers just open up more and more and more. Good. Let's go top of the stomach, right, that solar plexus area. Just really flush it with you. You feel every little corner. That corner you never felt before. That real grippy part where the breath catches. Or maybe it's in the spine in one of the vertebrae, or maybe in front of the vertebrae, right behind the solar plexus. Maybe you want to stretch and maybe you want to breathe deeper. We'll just see. All those bands of muscle that make up the diaphragm. An incredible rib cage just doing its work to protect your heart. You don't have to hold onto your heart. Notice there might be some holding patterns, right? Some tension in the whole chest area. It's fine. But if you go right in to where there's tension and spots of whatever, it's soothing a child. It's soothing the wounded one. You're paying attention finally. And the word tension, right? A tension. It releases tension. Attention releases tension. So attend to every little corner of your incredible chest. Back in the shoulder blades, back in the spinal cord, behind the heart, all up and down the spinal cord, every little vertebrae. And in between each rib, and all through the sternum, letting the sternum just melt from attention. Letting the chest open up on its own. You don't have to do anything. You're just feeling it. You're just being in touch. And the body then feels safe that someone's paying attention. Someone's here. Someone's loves me. And that one is you. That someone is us, is oneness. And she, he, they, it, you love every little corner you want to explore, right? We're explorers exploring every little corner of the chest, every little pocket, all through up into the shoulders, under the clavicles, and deep inside the heart itself, in the lungs. Fill the chest with yourself. Be in very close contact, be intimate with every sensation in your chest. There is no intimacy out there unless there's intimacy here, since there's no separation. So you are your own lover, your own dearest friend, who will not look away from the pain in the heart. So go ahead and go right in. It's like walk right through the door. There might be stories, the mind might kick up. It's totally fine. That means you're onto something. If fear or distraction or blah, blah, blah happens, it means you're right at the gate. Go right in, right where that achiness is, right where that sharp pain is, right where that dullness is, right in. There's no door. There's no gate. None of the thoughts are real. Again, feel free to move and let the chest open however it wants to. You're just letting the body be, letting the body show you what they want to do, how they want to move. It's okay if sound comes out, if it's okay if crying comes out, whatever happens is perfect. The body is finally allowed to just be exactly as she is, as he is, as they are, just letting the body be, meeting the tissues, meeting the feeling directly, meeting every sensation intimately. There isn't any sensation that is a threat. There are no threats. There's no fear. It's not real. It's not real. Go right into the sensation. And you may naturally feel, because that heart chakra is so connected, how it's connected to your shoulders or your throat or your tailbone. And just, you can explore. I'm guiding us in this way, but wherever awareness wants to take you, you go there, asking for attention. So I'm in the shoulder blades and inside the shoulder joints and under the clavicle and coming up at the base of the neck and the spinal cord between the shoulder blades. Just feeling myself, right? Feeling the shoulders. The shoulders are full of rich sensation. Let them relax, let them soften, let all the weight drop off. Attend to yourself, be fully attentive. And from inside the shoulders, feeling the arms and the bones of the upper arms, the skin and the muscle and the tendons. And as we feel our arms, let's notice that from inside the arms, through the bone, through the muscle, through the skin, and then out through the clothes, out into the air in the room, where's the separation from your direct experience? There's no line, there's no wall. There's a fluid connectivity between you and everything. And only awareness, mind can't know anything about it, doesn't know anything about it. You just have to sense it directly. It's right there. Feel from inside the body through the body. Feeling the lower part of the arms and the wrists and the hands, the fingertips and in between the fingers and the palms, the aliveness of the hands, and same thing here. There's all this aliveness, there's all this sensation. Don't know anything about it. You don't know anything about it. Be in direct connection. Finally, meet yourself, feel yourself. Feel every part of the body. You're just opening all your channels. It's like taking the plug out of a dam. It's just the floodwaters. So wherever there's a little ache or tension, or again, where the mind gets chatty, don't hesitate, go right in. Good. Let's feel the neck, the suppleness of the neck. Feel the throat in between each vertebrae. Feel the spaciousness of the neck. Each chakra's energetic field is big. There's a spiral of energy in your neck. You don't have to conjure it or think about it at all, but you might just feel the ways in which energy moves through the neck, moves through those points. And you may feel again that you want to stretch your neck or let it move in a spiral or a corkscrew like we did. And let the neck just be fully felt, as deep as you've ever felt your own neck. And feel how it's just this natural progression right up to the base of the skull, to the head. And feel into every corner of the back of the skull and the brainstem area. This is the back of the third eye. You can open the eyes in the back of your head. It's just lines of energy, just opening. Just feel like a door opening out the back of your head. And from the back of the head, feeling the hair follicles even. Feel everything. Feel the skin, the skull, the brain. And then the top of the head, the skin, the hair follicles, the skull down into the brain. Don't be afraid to feel your brain. Feel the whole brain. Whatever it feels like. There's no problem. There's nothing to be afraid of. It's all lies. There's just sensation here, and that sensation is calling for attention. It's calling to be loved. It's calling to be flooded with the oneness that you are, so that it that feels separate can feel whole again. That's all pain is. It's just an invitation. It just says, here's where I feel separate still. Here's where I feel disconnected from life. So if you feel pain in the top of the head or the back of the neck, or as we come around to the front of the head and the forehead and the eyes and the eye sockets, where it hurts the most, where there's the most tension, just feel it like filling a cup and let the cup overflow. Let it spill out your eyes. Feel into the sinus cavities and the back of the throat and the roof of the mouth and deep behind the eyes. Feel the jaw, the hinge of the jaw, the lips and the teeth, the tongue. Feel the roots of your teeth, the back of your tongue. And feeling through your whole head, every little corner. Wherever there's a little bit of extra tension, just feel through that. Give it all the love. Give it this expansive, endless, loving presence that what's looking is. Go flood it. Don't leave any part of your body hanging. Feeling the whole head and the whole forehead and the whole top of the head and chin and jaw and neck and everything. We're just going to feel the whole body, the aliveness of the whole body. Feel that the whole body is filled up, like you're comfy inside your own skin, like comfy in the most comfortable couch or bed. Just all cozied up inside yourself for a cuddle. And you're cuddling wherever it hurts the most, you're cuddling that the most. And in this cuddle, feel how that warmth can go all the way deep inside to the deepest recesses of the heart, of the throat, of the belly. And then from there, from deep, deep, deep in the root, go through the root and out, and notice how that same coziness surrounds you. You're like cozied up in the most comfortable comforter. And then going out further, it's like, where aren't you cozy? Where aren't you being hugged by your very self? There's nothing that is outside this container of you. You're swimming in the womb of yourself. There's no separation. There's nothing. And if thoughts come around, they're just shadows on a wall. They're just little projections, but it doesn't matter. Feel the container, feel the endless ocean, like 10,000 oceans of warm, warm, warm water that you are floating in and that your body can completely surrender to. And that spot that's extra achy is wanting so much to surrender to. And you can feel the connection to the ground, and you can feel the connection to the sky. You've never been unplugged. You're just part of the river of life, just flowing through you all the time, all the time. You don't have to do it. You don't have to conjure it. You don't have to manipulate it. You don't have to manage it. You don't have to control it. You can't anyway. So we're relinquishing those little controlly, grabby things that can't control anything. They're a wheel on a rail car. There's nothing there. So we give up the wheel. We don't drive this bus. We ride the bus. Good. You may want to stretch or get up and move or lay down and rest, whatever's true. The body is always going to show you. It's like, oh, that little pocket really wants to exit out the top of the spine, the top of the head, or whatever's true. Let it be weird, as I've said, like let it be a dance move, let it be jumping, let it be rage or whatever comes out, whatever the body naturally moves into. But let's keep feeling how you are completely in the body. And then we can go through the body, through the skin, into the furniture you're sitting on, into the floor, into the room, out onto the street, up into the sky, down into the earth. Where do you end? You're going to have to invoke a thought, but if you don't go there, explore, feel. Feel behind you, feel everywhere through you. There isn't a cliff, there isn't a place that you'll fall off, there isn't a wall, there isn't a place you could even hide. And just explore, feel it, feel the extensiveness of you. Feel how far you can go, deep inside and then out. But there's no in and out. You'll notice there's no inside and outside in reality. Just one big flow. And feel the safety of it, of feeling your connectedness to everything, that you are everything. The ocean is not afraid of waves crashing. It's just energy. The sky isn't afraid of thunderstorms. So you're safe, and then feel all the qualities of it. Because it's endless, because it's one, because this ocean doesn't go anywhere. It's just always here holding us, always you holding you. It's also like a pillar of strength. It's rock solid, as spacious and ether like as it is. It's also rock fucking solid. It's immovable. You can feel it like the vertical drop. It just keeps going, like those tall things in Egypt. Those are the pyramids now, right? It just goes and goes and goes. It's this, where is the bottom? There's no bottom. So it's just, you're just so solidly here. It's like you're floating, and it's pure ether, but it's also rock solid. It will always be here. It's the most reliable thing. You are the most reliable thing. The sky is very reliable. And then it also is very loving. It's soft. It's accepting of everything in the same way the sky is. Look what you just explored in your body. There's nothing that you as awareness don't want to be intimate with. And then someone comes around with energy you don't like. Watch, your energy just moves the other way. Just know. Or an energy comes around that you like, you go toward. It happens on its own. So keeping aware of the feeling of endlessness and depth and soft love and rock solid and spacious and safe. Every single quality you're looking for out there is here. You already are that quality. And you can just feel it. It's like, it's even light and fun. So we can open our eyes when you feel to. Just notice that none of that exploration, the reality of your oneness, of how the body is continuous with the air, with the furniture, that doesn't go away just because now you see color and light and shapes. You still can feel deep into the ground. You still can feel through the window. It remains one. Thank you, everyone. It went kind of a different way than I imagined, but I'm guessing, I'd like to hear from you, that you probably all did find those little pockets that needed attention, and went right to it. So let's see here. Lillian says, so much flying during this exploration. My arms were incredible large wings. Thank you. I'm very curious why you are showing up for me right now. I am grateful, Megan. Thank you. Thank you. This collective energy was very nurturing and solid here tonight. Beautiful, beautiful, Lillian. I'm so glad you're here. And large wings, I love it. I've had that happen. It's like that feeling of like, it's just like opening through the shoulder blades. That's amazing. We have wings. We have energetic wings for sure. And I'm not sure that we won't sprout physical ones. It's maybe. What do we know? Well, there you go. That's, I'm glad you're here. It's a beautiful place we've got going here, and everybody's invited. Thank you. Thank you. I know the collective energy is awesome. It's like, that's why it kind of went different. I was just like, woo, let's just really explore here. It just felt like, I don't know, just right there. Maggie says, thank you so much. You're welcome. Very beautiful and heartfelt. Great, great. You all felt that. Good. Good, good, good. Did anybody, and hi to everybody who joined while we were in meditation. Andrew and Meg and Erica and Jeff and Francis and DB and MG. Really great that you're here. Go back and listen to the whole thing. Hi Lane, hi Andrew, hi Mike. We sort of talked about this opening of that seed, right? That where not good enough, where something is stored, where that separate self is stored, and then when it opens, and really that it's just this plain old awareness, that presence of you that does that. Did anybody have that where it was this? You could feel an unlocking and an opening. Obviously, Lillian felt these wings, but maybe with a wound or a piece of pain that you've avoided in the past. I'm just always curious about that. Oh boy, it feels really good. I am wide open, flowing with love. Great, me too. Yes, it was. Yeah, I feel like that too. I feel just wide open, just love, just so much love. There's so much love. So much love. Yeah. There's everything, Um, when my stepfather died suddenly in 2023, and I was just with him as he died, it was funny. I saw how Cecil's energy, I sort of put this, he was like a 6'4" big burly guy, dwarf, was a truck driver and electrician, and it was sold robotics in Detroit, and just a rock of a guy. Like literally, you could just, you know, you'd be like, I could just kill you with a hand. But I sort of like located that pillar of strength and like a strength in him, and then it was fascinating. When he died, I was like, oh no, it's Cecilness, that strength of masculine strength, of like a pillar of strength is here. It's not even masculine. It's just this the the many qualities that I had still located in someone in their death. It just went everywhere. So so I started doing after that, like these meditations where I'm like, look, whatever you want is here. So somebody's like, well, where's the love? And it's like, here, it's here. Where's this? Where's that? And so this one just felt like a lot of love, but it's like whatever you think you're missing that they have for you, and as a feminine, it was like that strong masculine. It's like, oh, felt so good to feel like I'm held up, like a strong masculine force has just got me all the time. Um, and yeah, so whatever you're looking for, right? What's looking is what you're looking for, and it's here. You're swimming in it. Um, go check that it's not. Go check that maybe you're it. It's the moral of the story. Cool. Wow, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I have a bunch of other meditations for anybody who doesn't know. I have a bunch on Insight Timer on YouTube for my live streams. Um, just Dr. Megan Rokel on YouTube. And then I used to do these kind of meditations with music, ambient improvisational music. And that's under the name Simple Being. And we're also on like Spotify and Insight Timer and YouTube and everything. Yeah, Insight Timer fan. Great. So I think I'm Dr. Megan Rokel there too, and Simple Being there. And I probably got, between Insight Timer, YouTube, and Simple Being, I've got, I don't know, probably 50 meditations, maybe 40 to 50. Yeah. All these live streams too, most of which I converted to recordings just for Insight Timer, or not just like they're still the live streams on YouTube, but I probably only converted maybe 2/3 of them. So there's still some unique ones on YouTube, not that aren't an Insight Timer. Join me. Grateful to find you. Okay, good. Good. Great. Thank you, Lillian. It's so good to see you. And, well, thank you all for coming. And join us tomorrow where we'll have a live, session. And like we've been saying, it's like it was all one. So one person's healing this thing. I'm healing it too. I'm just, I'm just the one pointing things out. So we're all going to heal the same stuff. So, people have reported like listening to the Randolph one or the Vosby one, healed something in them, right? It just like poof, pop this thing open. So I'm so thrilled. I'm just, over the moon to be able to be doing this, and for your participation. And if anybody wants to do an individual call session, we usually do it on Wednesdays. Just DM me on Substack. And yeah. And then Thursday will be Bosby and I talking about authorities and becoming your own authority. And then Friday, I'll probably catch up on the hot goss from what happens with Jordan and Zach. We'll see. We'll see. Great, Miriam. Thank you. Great. I'm glad it's on record, and it's good. It's a good one. It's a good one. It's a good one to point people to. I say about my meditations, they're user friendly. They're just, we're not sitting on, there's no protocol. So if you have a friend who doesn't know about meditation or whatever, it's like, this isn't even really a meditation. It's an exploration, and anybody can do it. And it's sort of like, Bosby called me today a Trojan horse. That I've got this smiling face and whatever. And meanwhile, I'm coming in and killing all of your delusions, all of your stories with love, with great, great love. But these meditations are kind of like a Trojan horse for that friend that isn't so sure or whatever. And you're like, here, try this. And then it's like, especially this one too, the collective energy translates right on the recording. And every time somebody does it, it acquires more energy. So they'll get blasted. Yeah, collective energy was so nice. Totally. Cool. Okay. I guess that's it for the day. I'm gonna go do some errands. And see you all back here tomorrow. So fun to hang out with my friends. So fun. Lillian says, loves your meditations and THA. Always felt then very deep in my bones and naked heart. Oh, deep in my bones and naked heart. What a beautiful phrase. Oh, I'm glad, Lillian. Well, just find me elsewhere, and every week I'll do, probably some kind of something like this. Thanks, Al. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. All right, y'all. Have a great evening, afternoon, whatever. And we'll see you next time. All right. Mm-hmm. Talk to you later. Bye.